Hey guys, Short Stack Survival here. Today I'm so excited. We're going to be installing Faro Concepts titanium RMR plate for the Glock MOS system, and it allows you to flex on your friends at the range while they're running cast steel and a CNC machined aluminum. You can be pointing out that in between your RMR and your Glock, you have titanium. Let's check out the install. So you get these three items. I'm just blown away with how beautiful this is. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just going on your Glock in between your red dot, but Faro Concepts didn't hold back and they absolutely created this beautiful plate for us to use. So you may be asking yourself, why get this relatively expensive plate when Glock MOSs come with their own plates? Unfortunately, these plates tend to break, and while you're shooting, you end up losing your red dot. You definitely don't want to be relying on faulty equipment. So I can already tell that the screws included with the Faro Concepts plate are much longer than the included screws here. The Glock that we'll be using today is a Gen 4 Glock 17 MOS. MOS stands for Modular Optic System. It's straight from the factory from Glock. It has this plate system, and so that just allows you to, without sending in your slide to get it milled specifically for a red dot, you can take this plate off and then put on your red dot. Okay, I have all my RMR red dot stuff here. I've got my Faro Concepts stuff here, and got my Glock MOS, and this here is a Fix It Sticks kit. With the research I've done, both the plate to the Glock and the RMR to the plate is roughly going to be around 12 to 13 inch-pounds, and so we're going to go ahead and go with that. So first things first, we're going to take the plate off. Set that aside. Now here's the original plate, and I'm gonna put that back in the box. So I probably should swap these out for night sights or suppressor height sights, but I'm just gonna get the red dot on here and then I'll figure that out later. So here is the original slide. As you can see, it's milled out, and unfortunately, you know, you cannot put the RMR directly on. It's not gonna work. But that's as designed. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the plate here from Faro Concepts, the absolutely gorgeous plate. I know I keep saying that, but I really dig it. And there's only one way to get it on there. So you can't put it backwards, because you basically just line up these two holes with these two holes. So pretty self-explanatory. The middle groove coincides with that middle groove. And so you're just gonna get that on there, and man, that looks great. That really fits on there perfectly. So then we're gonna take, and this is something I gotta figure out, is which screws to use. Let me just set this there for now. So I've got different screws here, and if I could open up a tiny baby bag, boy, that would be nice. There's two Phillips heads, there's two Torx head screws of a certain size, and then there's two smaller Torx head. Now, the size of this actually coincides with the shorter original screws, so I'm thinking I'm gonna use these for the plate interface. So I'm just gonna go with what seems right. So I've got my Vibratite here. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this on these screws. Usually you gotta let that set for a minute, so I'm gonna let that set. So got the plate, got some Vibratite on the screws here. I'm spinning the screw backwards so it'll catch on the threads before I start going to town. I'm just kind of doing it loosely with this tool. And then what I'm going to do is take this off and put it on my Fix-It stick. Fix-It sticks. And then let's see if you can't see how I do this. And that's one thing with the Fix-It stick is there's no limiter. You have to keep an eye on how much torque you're putting on these bad boys. Okay, so we've got the plate installed, and man, does that look nice. As you can see, wow, the plate fits on there absolutely amazingly. And the sad part is yeah, we're not gonna be seeing the beautiful titanium except for on the sides, but that's okay. So now, if my guess is correct, you have an option between Phillips head screw or hex head, and I'm going to choose the hex head. Over here, I'm going to get my little blue thread locker on. So this is the battery that originally comes with the RMR, CR2032. So there's these two tabs right here, and they coincide with those two holes. And you're just gonna get that. The trick is to keep the battery in place while you do that. Okay, I'm gonna get that screw in there, and that screw in there. And why be sure when you could just guess, like me? So again, we're going 12 to 13 inch-pounds, which is completely different than foot-pounds. All right, I think we're there. Okay, check that out. Look at that. That is incredible. Just look at that, guys.
Oh, would you look at that?
Yeah, well.
Would you look at that?
Yeah.
There she is right there, absolutely gorgeous. Just flows seamlessly. And I really like the blue titanium. And it says, you know, it won't rust. Obviously, titanium isn't really prone to rusting, but that just looks amazing, doesn't it? So I think that turned out really well. Obviously, we'll need to shoot it. I'm gonna let this rest. I'm installing it today because hopefully in a few days after the Loctite's set up, I will take her out to the range and we'll put the Faro Concepts titanium plate to the test and see how she does. But if first impressions are anything to judge, this is gonna have no problem. We've got a beautiful Trijicon RMR Type 2, made in the USA. Faro Concepts plate, also made in the USA. Absolutely beautiful. And yeah, so if you guys are looking for a plate to put your RMR on your Glock MOS pistol, I would certainly consider the Faro Concepts titanium plate. So I haven't seen a plate where the fit and finish was so spectacular. If you guys enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you don't want to miss out on future videos.
Hey baby, what is it? Is it a Glock?